96 Rock, the first thing in your morning. Bridget and Nick with you. And yes, we're going to talk about Joe Burrow again because
it's what everybody's talking about.
It's what everybody's talking about. And unfortunately, if you haven't heard, Joe Burrow, season-ending injury to his knee. And we've got somebody on the line that can give us some more insight into this. We've got Ken Rusche, the co-founding partner of Oxford Physical Therapy Centers and a former NFL athletic trainer. How are you this morning, Ken?
Hey, I'm doing well, Bridget and Nick. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you. Again, we watch it, and then unfortunately you have to see the replay a couple of times, and all I do is cringe. I was very lucky that I was actually in the restroom when it happened, and I didn't have to see it, but again, like Nick said, season-ending injury. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, well, the first thing we have to get a definitive diagnosis, and right now they're calling it an ACL, so we can speak on that terminology if it is just an ACL. I'm sure he'll have an MRI today sometime, and with the MRI, it'll show if there's any other damage. Hopefully, there's no other ligament damage or no meniscus damage or any kind of maybe a little bit of a fracture, anything like that. And I'm sure he's been x-rayed, so they'll be able to get a definitive diagnosis, and then from there, come up with a game plan.
So let me ask you this here. So you hear about this every season in every sport. Somebody somewhere, they're tearing, they're ripping their ACLs. What is it about your ACL that makes this such a season-ending injury?
Well, unfortunately, the ACL, it's a ligament, and ligaments hold bone to bone, and it's in the middle of your knee joint. And what it does, it keeps your shin bone from sliding forward. Ugh. And it's a very, very important ligament as far as jumping, twisting, turning. So a lot of these injuries are really non-contact injuries, and that might be the women's basketball player that comes down from a rebound. They plant, they turn, they twist, they run up the floor. It could be on the AstroTurf where you make a quick turn or something, your knee gives way, things like that. But it can also be traumatic, which apparently, happened to Joe yesterday. And I did see the on-the-field exam, and I saw the physician do a specific test for the ACL, and it definitely was loose. So it's definitely got some ACL involvement there.
Just hearing you talk about your shin
shivers
bone
all
moving
over.
Forward, my leg is just going. I don't want to experience that right now.
Now, I do have to say, I guess the good news is that the Bengals weren't going to be, postseason. So We're not going to lose him for that. But in all actuality, if it is just the, ACL, there isn't anything in addition to that. What kind of time frame are we looking at?
Yeah. Well, the good news here, ACL surgery has come a long way. The physicians and the rehabilitation specialists, we can be a lot more aggressive now with it. So if it's an ACL for the most part only, and everything goes well with surgery, a conservative estimate is he'll be back playing in 6 to 9 months. And in his case, probably on the shorter side. And the only reason why I say that, professional athletes are at that level because they are able to heal quick and be able to mend quick. The other thing, too, unlike you or I, if we have this injury, we go to physical therapy maybe twice a week, and we spend a little bit of time there. In his case, he'll have the specialist down at the stadium, and
his job is to rehab.
Yeah, and they'll see him 5 days a week, and he'll be there for hours working on motion, working on strength, and then progressing back to where he can walk, he can jog, he can run, he can cut, he can play through the progression.
That's good. That's good news that, hopefully this is something that will heal quickly, and we're going to see Joe, again, with the MRI, I think, happening today. We'll know if there's more extensive injuries.
Yes.
If things like that will happen. So we're hoping for the best on all that front.
Yes. Unfortunately, that I think everybody was worried that this was going to happen, and just horror yesterday when we actually saw it happen.
We'll wish Joe the best and hopefully be back healthier and stronger next year. Hopefully with a better offensive line. Ken, if people want to reach out to you for questions, or if they might be looking to get some work done themselves, how can they get a hold of you and your partners?
Yeah, the best way is through our website. It's oxfordphysicaltherapy.com, and it has all the information on there. And we would be more than glad to answer questions, and they can get my email on there and ask questions or whatever they need if they have some specific injuries or things they want to talk about. That'd be great. Thank you.
No problem. That's awesome. If you want some advice from, again, an NFL athletic trainer, a former one, they know everything that's going on with any of this stuff that you may be going through. So good information to have. Ken, thanks for the insight, and appreciate you talking to us this
Happy
morning.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.